All right, welcome back to the Microsoft Excel training. In today's video, we are looking at the IRR function, the internal rate of return function. The internal rate of return function, of course, is a financial function. This function is used to calculate discount rate or rate of return on an investment. Okay, so at which the present value of the series flow of cash equals 0. Okay, so it helps in investment analysis, capital budgeting, and business decision making, of course, and then it also determine profitability of a project or investment. The syntax is just simply IRR and the values. But the values in this case has to do with your initial investment and then the series of values, present values. Okay. So the key features is that it calculates the internal rate of return of a series cash flow. Okay. So you must have series of cash flow and then your initial investment, which is usually in negative value. It's usually in negative value. So it's used in capital budgeting, project evaluation, and investment analysis. So if internal rate of return is greater than the required rate, the project is accepted. Otherwise, it's rejected. It's closely related to the net present value function. So in which case, net present value of IRR must be equals to 0 in this case. So for regular cash flow, you can use the XIRR, which accounts for exact dates. In other words, you have some dates, some very specific dates, in which case you will capture those dates. So if you are using XIRR, the IRR is a powerful tool for evaluating investments and then, of course, making financial decisions. So let's go into the Excel worksheet and see how this function can be used. Let's look at it together. So now we have the IRR for an investment. So most of the time there's a rate, there's a standard rate that has been given. Maybe you are picking up a loan or something, or you want to pick up a loan and you are looking at the rate that it is going to take for the payment of the loan, and then you are now at what rate you are acquiring the loan, and then you calculate your rate of return on your investment. If your rate of return is lower than the loan rate, then the investment is not what that's what it's saying, because it's not going to be profitable. It's going to be in minus value in your net present value. Okay, so we go with IRR equals IRR. The values you are picking here is the initial investment along with all the cash flows. Okay, projected cash flows. So that's all you need, and then you get your rate of return. So your rate of return for this investment is 15%. All right, it's 15%. Okay. Now, the second example talks about business project IRR. And then, of course, we have our project cost as our initial value. And then the anticipated generated cash flow, okay, over 4 years. So all you just need to do is provide the IRR, and then you pick all these as your values. Okay, so it shows an 11% internal rate of return. So if you are doing financial analysis, this rate of return is going to be compared with a standard rate to know whether this project is profitable or worth it, and then know whether an investment is worthwhile. All right, so that is internal rate of return. So we're going to come back in another session, another video, when we'll be looking at another Microsoft Excel function. Bye for now.